Uh, Namaste, everyone. Thank you for being here with us on Karunamayi Holistic Platform. Today, we are hosting an Ayurveda recipe class, a vegetarian recipe class with Dr. Shweta Hegde, who is a very highly reputed Ayurvedic doctor from India. She is an MD doctor in Ayurveda, an MD in Samhita Siddhant, and she has a lot of clinical experience also doing consultation work. And if you want to ever book a consultation with her, she is also available on our online platform for consultations. She has been conducting Ayurvedic recipe classes on our platform for the past few months now. And she has been giving us some really nice and healthy recipes. And today I am very happy to learn uh, what is called as light-hearted Idlis from Dr. Hegde, which is good, light, and healthy for our overall body. So I would now add Dr. Hegde on Spotlight to start the webinar, the class, and show us how to make this healthy recipe. And she will also cover about the ingredients and how Ayurveda relates to it and how it is useful for our body and how the combinations help.
So thank you, Gauri. So can you enable screen sharing?
Yes, I just did.
Okay. So hello everyone. As Gauri also mentioned, so today we are going to learn how to make idlis, that is which is good for the heart and which is light in nature also, and it is prepared with the finger millets or ragi, which we say. So you can see in the image. So that is a idli picture. So first we will understand what are the ingredients which we want to make this idlis or the buttons. So in that first one is semolina or Bombay rava or suji. So the rava which is very small or very thin in nature. So that suji rava or Bombay rava we have to take 1 cup, and then finger millet or ragi flour, so that is also 1 cup. So always it should be in a equal quantity. So the rava and the ragi flour, they should be in a equal quantity. And the next one is curd or yogurt, which is yogurt if you are using, so it should be a little sour, and curd also, so that is also 1 cup. So all these three are in equal quantity, and salt as per the taste, and water 1 cup, and cooking soda or baking soda, it's just a pinch you need. Why? Because it will make idlis look big, and so that will be very good if you use it. So it's a very simple recipe and very easy to remember, because all the ingredients almost they are in equal quantity. So semolina or finger millet or curd and water, so all these are in equal quantity. So if you are using 2 cup of ragi or finger millet, you can use all the ingredients as 2 cups. So this is about the ingredients. So let us see how to prepare these idlis. So while preparing, first you have to dry roast the rava. So don't use oil or ghee, anything. Just take a pan and just roast rava in a medium flame for 2 to 3 minutes. Because if you use medium flame, so there will be no chance of burning or changing in the color and all. So that's why you have to use medium flame, and you have to dry roast the rava for at least 2 to 3 minutes. and then just allow that to cool. So if it is completely cooled down, it would be good. So that's why you have to allow it for completely cool down. So you can see in the image, so I have taken 1 cup of rava and roasted it, and then it's like this. So it will be slight change in color. So that is before roasting it will be white in nature, and after roasting it will be slight brown in color. So that is the roasted rava. So after roasting the rava, just transfer it into one big bowl, and then add ragi flour or finger millet flour to it. So finger millet flour you can see in the image. So it will be like chocolate color. So that you have to take and you have to add it. Then you can add salt and curd. So salt also according to the taste, and curd as much you take, as much you took rava and ragi flour in the same quantity, curd you have to add. So why rava and curd are added? Because curd is to make smooth idlis, and rava is to make little crispy. So that's why, and also it will give a shape and consistency. So that's why rava and curd we used to add for this idli. So after adding all these ingredients, so now you have to add water. So water, sometimes it may vary based on the curd thickness. So you have to add water little by little. Don't add complete water together. So add a little by little water and just stir the mixture. So once you feel yes, it is a consistency of idli batter, then you can stop adding water and just mix well and just allow it to soak for 30 minutes. So why 30 minutes or more than that we have to leave? Because the rava will absorb the water and it will become soft, and it won't we won't get it in the mouth. So that's why we have to soak it for 30 minutes after adding water. So after 30 minutes, the mixture will be like this. That is, the idli batter will be ready. So just check the consistency again after 30 minutes, because sometimes when we add little of water and or maybe it is not as required. So the batter will become thick after 30 minutes. So that's why again you have to check the consistency, and if it is required you can add water. And once you are ready to make idli, so that time just add a pinch of baking soda and again you mix it. So when you add baking soda, so the batter will become little frothy. So nothing to worry about that. So it will be normal. So after that you can start preparing the idlis. So before preparing the idlis, so you may know about the idli plates. So here you can see before adding the idli batter into the plate, so just we have to smear with oil or the ghee, and then you can add the pour the batter into the plate. So here also when you smear with oil, so that will be easy to remove the idlis. So that's why, and also it gives the taste or it enhances the taste. So that's why you can just smear with oil or ghee, but it should not be very much quantity. It should be a very light or very less quantity. And after that, pour the batter into the plate. So you can see here. So once the plate is smeared with oil or ghee, so I poured the batter in the idli plate. So it was like this. And once you add the pour the batter, so after that you just have to keep that in a idli vessel, and you have to keep it for at least 8 to 10 minutes. You have to steam it on medium flame. So then you can remove the idlis and you will get a very good brown color ragi idlis or finger millet idlis. They are very good to taste also. And these idlis you can have along with chutney, or you can have along with sauce, or along with sambar also. So it would be very good breakfast, and it is very easy to prepare also. So you just have to require all the ingredients. You have to prepare the batter, and just soak it for 30 minutes, and then you can pour that batter into the idli plates, and within 10 minutes you can get your healthy idlis. So this is about the recipe, and now let us see what are the benefits of ragi or the finger millet. So finger millet is one of the very good and nutritional food, we can say, because it is rich in protein, calcium, antioxidants, uh, and it is completely gluten free. So if you are looking for a gluten free food items, or you want to go for a gluten free breakfast and all, so definitely you can try out this ragi idlis. And for a diabetic patient also, ragi is one of the very good ingredient. Why? Because the magnesium which is present in the ragi, so it will helps to lowers the body's insulin resistance. So in diabetic patient, the insulin resistance will be like very weak. So that's why the magnesium content of ragi definitely helps it or aids in the diabetic patient. And also magnesium plays a key role in maintaining healthy heart. So that's why if the person is having some cardiac issues, or heart weakness, etc., so in that also we can go for a ragi prepared breakfast, or ragi prepared food items. And ragi helps to remove the toxins from the body and helps to lower cholesterol. So when you see diabetes, cardiac issues, and the cholesterol, so these are the major concerns in our society nowadays. So all these three issues we can solve with the ragi or finger millet. So that's why it's one of the very good food in all the conditions. So other than that, also ragi provides dietary fibers which helps to keep your digestive system healthy. So that means when you have some indigestion, or when you have gastric problem or acidity, anything, so that time also you can prefer ragi other than bread, or any other maida flour items. So you can prepare ragi like gruel, or ragi idli, or ragi dosa, etc., and that it will help you to get a good digestive system. And also if the person is having anemia, or if the person is having lower hemoglobin, or if there is any problem in the week, or if the person is very weak or tired, so in that condition also we can go for a ragi or finger millet recipes, because it's a good source of iron. So these all are naturally we can get from the ragi, because nowadays, like whenever we have some lower hemoglobin, or we have iron content less, so definitely we'll directly go to the medicines or the tablets. So other than that, we can get them naturally with the food items. So that is preferably with finger millet or ragi. And also if the person is pregnant, or for the kids, or if the elderly persons, so for them also it is very good. So usually in India, for pregnant women or for kids, so we usually prepare ragi or finger millet based recipes, like the sweet which is prepared from finger millet, or the gruel, or we just soak the ragi flour into water, and after some time we just add jaggery to it, and that water we give them, so that it will helps to fulfill their need for iron, calcium, and all the nutrients. And it is very tasty also. Also it helps to relax the body in natural ways, like if the person is having depression, anxiety, or stress, etc., so definitely it helps to relax the body. So you can definitely try it out, the water which is prepared with ragi flour. So as I said, just soak in 1 glass of water, just soak 1 teaspoon of ragi flour and just leave it for at least 30 to 40 minutes. Then add jaggery to it and drink that water. So after drinking water itself, you feel lot of satisfaction, and you feel very much happiness. And if you have anxiety or stress also, it feels relaxed. So that's why it is one of the natural way to relax our body. But only thing is, if you consume it excessively, so it will increase the vata. Why? Because it is light dry in nature, so that's why it will increase the vata. So whenever you are taking, you have to consume, but not in a excessive quantity. That means the whole day it is not good to have a finger millet or ragi. So in a day once, or in a week twice or thrice, we can go for the millets, finger millet or ragi prepared recipes. So this is about the benefits of ragi or finger millet. So definitely finger millet is one of the very good food item which we can keep in our house, and we can prepare it. So there are a lot of recipes from finger millet. So today I showed idli because it is one of the simple and easy recipe, and I think everyone likes it because it's in a form of idli. So that is about the benefits and the preparation and ingredients of the light-hearted idli or the finger millet idli. So now, as in every class, how we understand one of the concept of Ayurveda regarding the food and the diet changes. So today we will understand what is the time influence on the food. So every day, sometimes we eat according to the time, or sometimes we eat according to our appetite or the hunger. So mainly, I think we go for the time itself. So now, for example, when we wake up by 7 o'clock, if we say, so by 8 or 9, by we'll see the time and we will just go and have a breakfast. Sometimes even if we are not hunger also, we just see the time and we will have the breakfast. So according to, based on that, what Ayurveda says about the timing, so that is we will understand now. So Ayurveda, it's not only like what food is suitable for your body, or which food you have to take according to the season. So that only, not only that, it will explain. Also, it tells when we should eat our meals. So in a particular time, there is a different dosha is dominant. So in that condition, so in which on which time, what type of food we have to take. So that is also explained by Ayurveda principles. So that we'll understand now. So usually between 2 a.m. to 6 a.m. So that is we call as Brahmi Muhurta. So in that, the digestive system works particularly well in between that time. So that's why it is mentioned that we should get up early and we should have our breakfast. So it is good to have breakfast by 6 o'clock. We can just continue it to 7 o'clock also. So that is the good time to have a breakfast according to Ayurveda. And between 6 a.m. to 10 a.m., so the digestive system is really relatively weak. So if you have breakfast during that time, so it should be light in nature. So it is not like we should not have breakfast at that time, but if you are taking your breakfast by 9 o'clock or 10 o'clock, so the digestion system will be relatively weak. Why? Because that is not a time for pitta dosha. So that's why the breakfast, if you are taking also, it should be very light in nature. And then after 10 o'clock till 2 o'clock, so that is the pitta time. So there we have to take our heavy meal. So that is explained in Ayurveda. And then between 2 p.m. to 6 p.m., so that is the vata time. So in that time, you can go for the sweet items, or you can go for the tea, which is spicy in nature. So all that things we can uh, have it. And between 6 p.m. to 10 p.m. it is kapha time, so that's why it is not good to have a heavy dishes. So that's why some many times doctors say that morning breakfast and afternoon lunch you can go for little heavy, but in the night time we should not have a heavy dinner. So it should be light in nature, because that is the kapha time. And in vata time, in pitta time, you can have a very heavy meal, nothing to worry about that, because it will be digested very quickly, as pitta will be dominant. And morning time also, if you are having 6 to 10 o'clock, then you should be go for a light breakfast, because in that time the digestion will be relatively weak. So this is about the time influence on the food according to Ayurveda. So we say time, so in time the seasons also come to the picture, or we have to consider the seasons also. So you can see here the kapha, pitta, and vata, they are differentiated in different months. So from March to June, it is kapha season, because there will be more of frequently we are getting cold, cough, etc. So that is the kapha month. And in this time, so the appetite will be very less, because kapha is more. So kapha means it's like a watery substance. So you always maybe the opposite qualities, that is whenever there is a fire, if you pour water on it, so definitely it will diminish. So in the same way, in our body also, when kapha is more, so the pitta will be very less, it will start diminishing, or the digestive fire will be diminishing. So that's why the appetite will not be very strong during this season. And this is a good time for fasting also. So if you want to fast in a year, like, so you can go for you can consider March to June for that purpose. Other than fasting, you can just have to take a light food during the kapha month, that is from March to June, because the appetite will be less. So this you can observe whenever there is a season that during that time. uh, so whenever there is a very much heat outside, so it's a summer season, so during that time you can see your appetite will be less. So that is the kapha month. And the next one is pitta month. So pitta month is usually July to October. So July to October, the general recommendation is to consume cool and moist dishes, because pitta time, the digestive fire will be very strong. You may feel hungry severe times. So that's why it is good to have a cool and moist dishes. And vata month, that is November to February, so this is when our digestive performs at its peak. So like we can have any type of food which is heavy also in nature in this time, because there will be no problem, because our digestive system will be very good in that time. So that's why we can go for any type of heavy food also. So this is the time influence on the stomach, or on our digestive system, according to the season and according to the time also in a day. We can consider that, and we can go where we can practice this food habit or diet changes in our day to day life. So it's actually it's all the principles which we have to follow, but sometimes what happens, based on our body also we have to observe. So it's not like everyone's that their digestive system will be weak or very strong, etc. So for some people, if there is some abnormality in vata, pitta, kapha, even though the digestive system should be weak, they may feel very strong appetite, etc. So that's why it is very important to observe our body on day to day basis, what our body requires and what our body not requires. So usually our body only says us what it's required. So based on that, we have to follow all these principles. So day to day, we have to observe our body and we have to understand the needs or the requirements which is needed for our body, and we can plan according to that. So with this, I'd like to say thank you. So this is about today's class. If you have any doubts, you can ask now.
Thank you, Dr. Shweta. It was a wonderful presentation of the whole recipe and also about the Ayurvedic principles of eating food and the timing of the day and the year. I think Miss Sheetal joined late, so she probably missed some of the part. Uh, this session, this is seasons for Northern Hemisphere. Dr. Shweta, Ceci Naidu has a question here. She's asking if the seasons that you're saying, is this for Northern Hemisphere?
So actually, this what I said is depend on the masas. So that is like we every 2 months there is a different masses. So based on that, we are considering. So definitely the seasons will be different in different countries. So I think I gave in a very general way. So you can yeah, maybe I can just understand what is the seasons in Canada, and maybe I can tell that in the next session. Yeah.
In Canada, it would be pretty much similar, but I think Australia would differ in season. They have summer,
Okay, okay.
in our winter time. So the season wise, it can change. But Ayurveda is not,
Okay, okay.
Ayurveda did not have January, February, March, April. It was looking at season in terms of weather, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So in that situation, in Australia, it would be different,
Mm-hmm.
or in places that are completely cold all the time, in Antarctica or some places where you'll not see a long summer or something like that. Then in that situation, it would be different.
Yes.
So Ayurveda does hold the place, the region, the country, everything into account when it is giving a guideline. It's not one fit all.
Hi, so this is my first time joining any of such session, and sorry I was late. But I just wanted to know, it's like this thing happens on a weekly basis for the Ayurveda recipe, or how does it go?
Ayurveda recipe class, Dr. Shweta Hegde is with us every single month, once a month. And we have other recipe classes as well. Like we had kids recipe class last weekend. So we have not every week, but once or twice a month, you would be able to see a recipe class on our platform.
Okay.
Dr. Hegde is here with us every single month, once a month. Last time she covered chocolates, herbal chocolates.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and the recipes are actually on our YouTube platform as well. So I can share the social media link. I will send it out. This will also go on YouTube, this whole video.
That would be great.
So if you missed something, you would be able to follow through it. But we recommend people joining in rather than relying on videos, because here you get an opportunity to talk to Dr. Hegde if you have any questions about Ayurveda, about different diet concerns, related to health or anything. There's no direct medical advice, but like if there are general questions regarding Ayurveda, she'll be able to answer them here. She does provide consultations as well. She's an MD doctor and she provides consultations also clinically. She can be consulted through our platform. We have a consultation page where she is available. But here you are definitely welcome to come talk to her regarding any, general questions with Ayurveda, how it relates to our body in different conditions. And she'll be able to answer those general questions for sure. So today she covered about light-hearted idlis that were made with finger millets and semolina.
Wow.
So she covered the details and she also told us the health benefits of eating ragi. So it was a great session to learn, but I definitely appreciated the fact that she covered at the end on the timing to eat. I think you came in during the season's time. She also covered the time of the day. And I think she said 2 to 6 p.m. is the ideal time for breakfast. And then 6 to 10 hour digestive fire is low, which is very strange because people eat breakfast after 6 a.m. between 6 to 10. How how are people coping up with that?
So actually, it is not said that from 6 to 10 a.m. we should not have breakfast. But only thing is we have to consider our digestive capacity and we have to go for a light breakfast. So that is the thing. So this is like, everyone's body differs and everyone's digestive system differs. So again, that's why I said that we have to understand our body, we have to observe our body needs, and based on that, we have to go for it. So for some people, 2 a.m. to 6 a.m. is not at all a time to have breakfast, or not at all time to get up also. So we can't compel them that you should have breakfast by this time. But if you are taking your breakfast by 9 o'clock or 10 o'clock also, so you should go for a light breakfast based on your digestive capacity. So like that, we have to modify it. Yeah.
Is there any particular reason why we have a higher digestive fire in the middle of night, like 2 to 6, when people are sleeping? I know like in ancient time, people would wake up at 3, but like still 2 a.m. to 6 a.m. Why is Agni higher at that time? Because usually I understand that during the day after 10 a.m. to 2 p.m., 12 p.m., Agni is high because sun is out, is shining at the peak. But in that night time or extreme early in the morning at 2 a.m., 4 a.m., why is the Agni strong at that time?
Yeah. So I'll just explain that with a picture. So you can see here there is
we
one
can see your screen.
Picture that is showing times of day, that is Kapha, Pitta and Vata. So Kapha is 6 to 10 and Pitta is 10 to 2 and Vata is 2 to 6. So definitely this time and food content is mentioned based on the relationship with dosha which is dominant in that time. So whenever there is a predominance of kapha, so that is like a watery substance, as I said. So whenever it is dominant, so that time the digestive fire will be very less because they both are having the opposite quality. As I said, how water helps to diminish the fire. So in the same way in our body also. So 6 to 10 a.m. and 6 to 10 p.m. So that is the dominance of kapha. So that's why during that time we should tell the person to have a light food or If it is fast also, or if you skip also, there is no problem. And Pitta, so that is 10 to 2 a.m. and 10 to 2 p.m. So that is the time where the digestive fire will be strong. Why? Because Pitta and the fire, so they both are having the similar quality, and Pitta helps for the digestion also. So that is the time where we will be having a strong digestive fire. So during that time, you can go for a heavy meal, or you can go for a main meal of your whole day. And the next one is Vata. So that is 2 a.m. to 6 a.m. and 2 a.m. to 2 p.m. to 6 p.m. So during Vata also, the fire will be very strong. So the digestive fire will be very strong. So that's why it is mentioned to have a heavy meal during that time. So this is the concept of why we have to consider time while having the food or while having the meals. So based on this only, we will understand the sleep also. So when you are dominant with, when the time is dominant with kapha dosha, so that is the ideal time for sleep, because you feel sleepy and you will have a very good sleep. But when there is a dominance of vata, you may have disturbed sleep. So that's why in olden days also, the people used to get up before like by 4 o'clock or by 5 o'clock, and they used to go for yoga or exercise, etc. So that is the reason why we have to consider the time and the dosha dominance, and according to that we can follow our diet and lifestyle.
It is because the vata is high, but vata doesn't it diminishes digestion?
Hello.
Hello. So isn't vata responsible for diminishing the digestive fire?
No, 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 no. Vata is not responsible. Kapha, actually, it's not like they are responsible or they are the reason. But when they are in high in, see, Vata, Pitta and Kapha, how they are acting like, if one dosha is dominant, the other dosha will get less. If the two doshas are dominant, one dosha will be less. So whenever kapha is dominant, so the pitta will be less. Why? Because they are having the opposite qualities. So now, for example, when you are using sugar, if you use sugar again and again, so the quantity will become less. And again, if you add sugar to it, so the it will be more. So that is like when you have similar quality, so the dosha will dominate. So for example, now if the kapha is dominant, okay, so it is like sticky in nature, watery in nature, and it is heavy in nature also. So when you have kapha dominance in your body, again, if you take some heavy food or sweet items, or if you take oily or fried items, etc. So because of that similar quality, again the kapha will increase in our body. So that is the concept. So that's why we always we have to say that whenever you are having dominance of this dosha, so try to go for a opposite quality, or try to practice the opposite nature, so that it will not become very high also, and it will not become very less also. It will be normal.
Okay, because vata is light in nature, dry. So having something heavy to counterbalance vata
Yeah.
is
Yes. Yeah.
the ideal thing to do. Okay, so you could essentially eat heavier food between 2 a.m. to 6 a.m.
Yes.
Okay, I'm good. I think I got my answer. Anyone else has any question for Dr. Shweta?
Yeah, I have a question. So, I just want to know how, what is the impact on our body if we take only fruits for breakfast? Is it okay? And that too not like, and that too like after 8 a.m., not before that. So I'll repeat my question. So as per Ayurveda, is it considered taking only fruits for the breakfast is fine or no?
Take only fruits for the breakfast. That is what she is asking. After 8 a.m., only fruits. Is it okay as per Ayurveda if we only eat fruits?
So usually, yeah, I think in the last session I explained that it's better to not have fruits on empty stomach. So, like, if you are having fruits also, it's better to have any other breakfast after at least 2 hours, because yeah, fruits are actually they are good, but sometimes if you take on empty stomach, so they will aggravate again vata or pitta dosha. So that's why it is better to have like any other breakfast also after having fruits.
So we could have fruits and then we have another breakfast after, right
Yes,
after.
yes,
How much
yeah.
time gap should we give between fruits and the other breakfast?
Like 1 to 2 hours.
1 to 2 hours.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
So fruits can increase vata. Hello, Dr. Shweta. Hello, Dr. Shweta.
Hello.
Yeah, I was asking like fruits can increase vata.
Hello.
I can you hear? Can you hear us?
Yes. Yeah. Tell me.
Yeah. Can fruits increase vata in the body?
It depends on the taste of the fruit. It's like if you are having sweet and sour quality of food, so it won't increase vata. Okay, but if you are taking some like raw fruit, or if you are taking some bitter taste of fruit, so definitely it will increase vata.
Okay. But you could have fruits. You can have fruits in the morning if you eat something else along with it after an hour.
Yes, yes, you can have fruits. Yeah, you can have fruits. So morning time you can have fruits, but it's better to avoid in the night time.
Better to avoid in the night time.
Okay, thank you.
What is the ideal time till when we can eat fruits?
See, till 6 o'clock in the evening, we can have fruits. Not after that. Even fruit juice or fruits. So that is not ideal after 6 o'clock in the evening.
Is jamun like a good fruit for like cholesterol, diabetes, and all those problems?
Jamun means you are saying that
Uh,
pink color
no, the black.
triangle shape.
No, the black colored
Okay, okay. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
circular.
Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, jamun is good for diabetic patient and cholesterol also. But if you take that in excessive also, again it will aggravate vata, because it is having sweet and slight bitter taste or
Yeah.
astringent taste, we can say. So if you can have it, it's not a problem, but it should be in a very limited quantity. If you take excessive, again it will increase vata. You may have constipation or gastric problem, etc. So that's why you can have it. It's good for diabetes and cholesterol. Yeah.
Okay, great. Anyone else has a question?
Yeah, no other question. Thank you so much.
Ceci, you have no other question?
At this time, I have lots of questions, but maybe for another time.
Okay.
So I wanted to ask something towards immunity, but I guess that's a very broad subject.
Maybe you
Foods.
could give it to us as a subject for a webinar. If you
Okay.
want to suggest something, please let us know, and maybe
Okay.
Dr. Shweta can cover it in a webinar next time, because she's also
Sure.
coming in for webinars.
Yeah, I was just thinking this time with all the viruses and change of seasons, I personally have like phlegmy situation going on. So how do we boost our immune system on an ongoing basis, you know?
Okay.
I think, yeah, that's a very broad question for covering immunity. I think if Dr. Shweta could give a little hint on what we could do to boost our immunity in terms of food and stuff, that would be nice. But I think it would be a good topic for a webinar.
Yeah. So
I have a question for Gauri, actually, not for Dr. Shweta, because this is not the right platform, but like I was just curious to know about your organization. Like, I remember I saw some advertisement on the Facebook for the kids pizza thing, and I enrolled myself, and then I saw these emails. And this is a really nice initiative, and especially because I'm also based in Canada, so like getting to know about the roots of Ayurveda, which is the main one of the main values that India has. So, like, can you give me a very brief thing about like introduction about your organization? What does it do? And yeah.
Yeah, so our organization, Karunamayi Holistic Incorporation, we started it last year in December. We started it as an initiative to spread the awareness and wisdom of Ayurveda and yoga for wellness. That was our initial thought to start the organization, is to help people get more educated and aware about the way of living and Ayurveda and yoga. And I personally had some interest in Ayurveda, and I was interviewing Ayurveda doctors on my YouTube channel. And the idea came through my mind that the way I'm interviewing these doctors, why not have them come on live sessions like these and do webinars with people where more people can actually learn together as a group rather than just me learning in an interview. And this worked out. I started Meetup group. I started, advertising on Facebook about the upcoming webinars, and then people would join. Some people started joining, and this has really moved forward into other domains of education. Now we are now spreading awareness about Vedic math for kids, Kathak dance, getting different things from Indian culture and values that we can spread awareness about, or help people get the classes from teachers in India. So our main goal was to spread the awareness from the traditions and the ancient culture of India, all the wisdom that we have. Because even though there's a lot of science and modern technology that West has given us, but there's a lot of wisdom that East has, which is very beneficial for us overall. Because West, when it got modern science, it also made us live a very fast life. And that also had adverse consequences on us. But from East, we can learn how to slow down and reflect upon our lives and become more aware. Even with math, like all the, like, it was amazing to hear from the Vedic math teacher, like all these calculations, all these big numbers and these calculations were taught to us through Vedas by a monk who gave us so many, like, 16 sutras, which had all the techniques to cover, like, even fractions and square roots and everything that you can do all in your mind. And there were so many tricks and techniques that they taught. um, and I'm amazed that how much we have there. Like, I respect modern science, and we will be conducting those educational classes as well on our platform, but we wanted to bring forth the values of Indian traditions and create more awareness and more education, and also bring the best of the teachers from India that we can find, to create more awareness out in Canada and US. So that was our motivation to start these classes and spread the awareness of the Indian system, Indian culture uh, overall. Like, we are not limited now just to Ayurveda and yoga. We have started Vedic math. We started Kathak. We'll be having Bharatnatyam. We'll be having different arts classes and from Indian traditions. And yes, we will also include some modern science courses as well uh, for kids. So, and kids yoga class that we are having, that you probably saw an ad, is like, we have one free class every week for kids. And that free class is a service from our company, because I believed in that cause, that I wanted kids to learn about our culture. I know a lot of places are doing that, so I'm just being another drop in the ocean contributing towards it. So I started these online yoga and dharma classes, which is absolutely free every Wednesday evening. And I started another thing for kids, which is free recipe class once a month for kids, because we like I thought personally from my own experience that I grew up eating a lot of processed foods, and that taste got uh, like, when you get that taste in yourself from your childhood, it becomes addictive at the end. Like, you enjoy eating it as you grow up, and when you have to go out of your home, then you take the easiest route possible for eating. So if you are not in a hostel that gives you food, and if you have to go buy outside, then you would tend to go and buy more processed foods. And not every child will know where the line is, and some people will tend to eat a lot more. And a lot of people are doing that today because of the food industry we have today, that is promoting that type of addictive food habits for people. And I think it all starts from childhood, from my own personal experience. And that is why I always say to people that do not introduce your kids to processed foods so early on, um, or ultra processed foods, because the taste grows and develops. So we want to get that healthy routine into kids' life from their childhood, where they participate a little bit in the kitchen with their parents, and they learn it. Once they know some simple healthy recipes from their childhood, it becomes a habit for them, and then they grow up, and then they know that it's not difficult. When I grew up, for me, I liked cooking, but it was not something that was easy on me, because I didn't know a lot of recipes. And when you have to cook by yourself, when you have to think on your own, okay, what I need to buy, what I need to do, it takes time, and then you don't have the time. But if you have a habit from your childhood, then it becomes a lot easier, because when you're in a habit, it doesn't take time. You're pretty quick, and also the value of eating healthy. Like, even in our yoga and dharma class on Wednesday, we usually teach them about healthy eating as well, because I think it's a holistic process. It's not just about doing yoga, or it's not just doing learning some dharma stories, but it is also uh, teaching your body to be a temple of God, or like making sure that you are eating, you are eating more consciously and more aware of everything that goes inside you, and that comes through uh, education on you know food and what you're eating. Because like now we hear all the time that even doctors don't get educated on nutrition. They can't guide you properly, though in India doctors still can, some of them, if they have experience, because they come from that background, but uh, most of them don't. But here, if you teach kids from their childhood what is a healthy way, why certain things you eat are good for you and not certain things aren't good for you, it comes into their awareness at a ripe age, and then it can grow easily. So this was something that I wanted to do as a service, and as long as I'm able to afford and I'm able to do it, I'm gonna continue doing this as a service for kids. Apart from that, I gave you the introduction of what our company is about. We are promoting a lot of things from Indian cultural system and traditions, a lot of creating education and awareness of Indian arts, Indian uh, traditions, and all the uh, Indian science that we have wisdom of. And also we include modern science education also in the future. So it's more like an education platform, and we want to keep it based on holistically making a person more healthier, body, mind, and spirit. So Ayurveda and yoga is like an essential part of that.
Okay, great. Thank you so much. That was a very detailed introduction to your company, and very wonderful to know like you're promoting so many arts and everything. That is really nice. So like my father is also in India, and he is in the business of Ayurvedic medicines that is being done all over India. So that's why like Ayurvedic is something that attracts me. And I have two kids, and really good to know that you're doing so many activities for the kids. So um, if I can get all that information, I'll definitely enroll my kids on those platforms. You mentioned about yoga. Yeah, that's again an amazing thing. Like my kids are already taking yoga classes. They just both of them created a world record a month ago in the yoga. So that's amazing. And for Kathak, I was actually looking for a Kathak classes for my daughter. So if you can pass on the details, that would
Yeah,
be
it
great.
is actually tomorrow at 1 p.m. we have our last Kathak class. We had a 1 month
Oh.
free. We had a 1 month free introductory classes, and in September we start an actual beginners program. But this was just an introduction for 4 weeks. This was for free, and tomorrow at 1 p.m. is our last class. Feel free to join it. You can watch the first 3 videos on YouTube as well. And the teacher, Aishwarya Banerjee, she is a disciple of the son of Pandit Birju Maharaj, the world-renowned Padma Bhushan Kathak dancer. So
Yeah, my cousin was like she had Birju Maharaj as her teacher, so I know about him. So I just like a very quick question to you. I really wonder like why they are starting from September. This July and August are like two-month vacation for the kids in Canada. So maybe from the next time, like your organization may consider that thing.
okay, we could start earlier as well. It's just that we have not yet decided the exact. We were planning to send out an email to ask people who enrolled if they will be interested in joining and their time preference, because it will be one class per week with 2 hours, 2 hours class once a week. And this is a 6-month program where kids will or adults, they will learn dance, and there will be internal exams as well conducted by Aishwarya. And we will provide a certificate from our organization that you got trained by Aishwarya on our platform. in Kathak in beginners course, and there are two beginners courses, right? Semesters. Like the first 6 months we were planning September to February, but we might start early if people are interested in going earlier. So it's 2 6-month semester. First is this one, and then we have 1 month after that another 6-month semester for beginners. So after 2 semesters, if the participants clear the internal exam with Ashwarya, she will help them give the board exam, not through us, but through the actual Samhita, and she can help organize for that. So they can be, if they are interested, because then they can be qualified as a dancer, as they can teach or something. So they will be qualified as a professional Kathak dancer.
Sure, yes. So if I could get those details, and also if you have any like vocal, like a Hindi classical vocal classes for kids, any such thing, then you can let me know about those too.
Yes, definitely. We will be including. We are going to be having Hindi classes actually very soon, but vocal Hindi classes will be coming as well, because we were just discussing.
Oh, you mean like the Hindi reading and writing class?
Yeah.
I'm actually searching for like, the Indian teachers who can teach Hindi writing and speaking, because my kids, they were small when we came to Canada. So that would be amazing. Yeah.
Yeah, that is coming very soon actually, because we already spoke to the teacher yesterday, and she's highly interested. She's a Hindi teacher in school.
Okay, great.
And she is highly interested. Her and her husband will be teaching on the platform together, Hindi language, because her husband might be able to have a better communication in English. So they both will be together teaching Hindi, because she is highly experienced Hindi teacher.
Okay, great. Thank you, Gauri. So, I'm going to send you email after this so that you can have my email and then you can share the details.
For sure,
in fact,
please do.
reply to one of your email. Yeah.
Please do.
Thank you so much for this session. I really appreciate your time on this.
Thank you so much. We also have a Vedic math class if in case your kids are interested. We are closing registration very soon, though, in 2 days, but we did a free webinar last month and kids liked it. So we have few registrations for Vedic math, but there's still some space left. It is 5 students per batch. We are having 2 batches, Tuesday, Thursday, and Monday, Friday. It's a level 1 beginner Vedic math class, and it teaches you how to do all the calculations in your mind. You can watch the video of the free webinar that was conducted. I can send you the link today if you send me your email.
Yeah, actually, my kids have said like a big thing, like they really want to do recreational thing. Like I asked them if they want to go with the summer, the summer school for their subjects, and they were like, Mom, this is a break. If you want to enroll in something like, those extracurricular activities like yoga or music or dancing or swimming or anything. Like, so they're in that mood. So I don't think they'll go for the Vedic maths right now. But yeah, I'll definitely look into in case, if you give me the information about the other classes that we discussed, that would be great.
Yes, I will. No worries.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Dr. Shweta. Also, sorry, we held all of you back a little to talk about our company, but thank you so much, Dr. Shweta, for the awesome recipe class. I think so next time you will be covering the immunity part, right?
Yeah. Yes. Yeah.
Is there anything you could do for the recipe for building immunity? Any recipe you could suggest that we could cover next week for immunity?
Yeah, sure. I think, maybe some of the like dry fruit related immunity boosting laddus or so like that. Maybe I can prepare.
Okay. So next class we will discuss more about immunity, how to enhance body immunity to fight through viruses, and what all we can eat or not eat or should avoid.
Yeah. Sure.
Okay. Okay, awesome. So thank you, everyone. Thank you so much for being here with us today for the recipe class. This will be on YouTube and I will share the link and email. So feel free to continue to keep joining us for the upcoming recipe classes with Dr. Hegde. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Thank you
everyone.
very much.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Bye.